what do you want to be in life? Do you want to be a farmer or do you want to be a hunter? Yeah, an entrepreneur is a hunter. If you don't hunt for capital, for people, for opportunities, you are going to die. Even the lion will die of starvation. A farmer has a field, he'll at least get his yield. It's like your salary every month. You'll get your money. It may not be too much. You may not win the jungle, but you know what? You'll be alive. So decide whether you think like a farmer or you think like a hunter. And both are extremely essential in life.
There was always a misconception that drones were always used only for wedding photography or videography, or you will see it in the IPL, marriages, events. But the max you would see the other end of the spectrum in the defense space. But what I felt when we founded Garuda Aerospace is that we could equip these drones with probes, sensors, magnetometers, high-powered lasers, sprayers, different types of payloads that could transform drones from just being a mere data capturing tool into a supercomputer on wings. So it is just the ingenuity and trying to adapt with the scenarios. So even though the initial idea wasn't something which was very sustainable, it led to a lot of different application use cases. So that's why I'm very happy that we thought of that and it really turned around the company.
So my story is slightly different because I was a corporate guy. I was the president for Oberoi Hotels for 5 years. And I quit to start the Postcard Hotel. And before that, 5 years back, we started Easy Diner, where Oberoi had a minority stake, and then we bought it over when we were quitting. The idea was very simple. I believe India is aspirational. I also believe, and I think Gopal sir said it beautifully, that entrepreneurs will build. They're freedom fighters. And if you think of yourself like that, then I think everybody can be an entrepreneur and you can build. It's just that you need to have a very different mentality. I always wanted to be an entrepreneur. When you want to say that I want to do luxury hotels, so let's look at the competitive landscape. So our point of view was that since 1986 in India, nobody decided to do a luxury hotel brand. Nobody decided. So 32 years, nobody dreamt. So we said in 2018, let's do it. Yeah, but you need money to be competing with all these strict balance sheets. So I think the idea was that I saw that massive commercialization was happening. And the fact, very rightly so, is that we were not building institutions. So I said, you know what? I've already played the game at the highest level. Let me start a new game. And I'll just start with one statement. I will build the world's best hotel company out of India. That's it. Not India's best, not anybody's best, whether I have the capital or not. But I think the real distinction is only one. The real distinction between an entrepreneur and if you're doing a job, and please, for 25 years I've worked in a job. So there's nothing wrong in doing a job. We just glorify entrepreneurs too much. Please don't glorify it. It's just that, what do you want to do?
I think the ecosystem, especially in India, has taught me so many valuable lessons. Most importantly is how I had to unlearn the aspect of growth at all costs, because that is not at all fundamental anymore. The nuances of business have come back. To Sir's point, profitability, unit economics, ensuring that there is gross level profits, net level profits, focus on the EBITDA margins, focus on PAT. Those are the key essentials. Hey, listen, you might have a great product, but until and unless you make money, there's no point at all in business. So that was the hardest part of being in a deep tech firm, though there are sirs being super brutally honest in terms of not wanting to glorify entrepreneurs. I face that whenever I go to VC meetings, 450 times I've been rejected. But we've still raised money. And that's resilience based on the fact that I had to, every single time I go to an investor and he says no for whatever the reason, I don't just back out. I ask him, hey, listen, why did you say no? Give me reasons. And I learn from it. And then I go to the next time and learn from that. And consistently, over a period of time,
I've never said it to him, although I've met him a couple of times. But I think Mr. Narayana Murthy started something very beautiful with Infosys, yeah? When he started making sure that everybody had equity capital, from the office boy to everybody. And that kind of was always a thought with me.
Challenges in working in real world experiences is something that the young generation, the talent pool in India really enjoy. We've been very blessed to have Maibai as our investor and brand ambassador, and he also mentors a lot of these young talents at Garuda Aerospace. But more importantly, I think motivation levels varies. In today's day and age, attrition is super high. It's very difficult to keep them motivated until and unless you're working on, let's say, a project of significant importance, national interest. For example, during Operation Sindoor, we worked 18 hours a day because we wanted to get drones ready when we are at war.
And kind of stayed with me, just let the work be your win. When I come out and like he said, so many VCs said no. Easy Diner, so many VCs said no. Postcard now. I always believe that intellectual capital can beat legacy capital. So if you can be committed to your craft, if you let the work be your win, I'm winning today, I'm going to be winning tomorrow, I'm going to be winning day after. If you can get your mindset there, then it's an absolutely amazing, exhilarating ride.
I think based on my journey as a professional athlete, it doesn't look like that now, but I was a former Asian gold medalist in sport of swimming. And I can tell you entrepreneurship is 10 times harder than practicing 7 hours and pushing your body and like undergoing torture because of the multiple facets of problems and issues and challenges and obstacles that you'll have to face, be it with your team, be it with retaining them, building products, going after more new markets, handling investors, regulatory aspects, and now especially when we're going IPO, having to deal with all of the SEBI guidelines. So it is not for the faint-hearted. But on the bright side, you will get to know who you are. And I believe entrepreneurship is that. It's because when you undergo so much of pressure and stress, you will, of course, you do it because of the passion, because you love, you want to try to accomplish great things in life and such. But when you go through such and endure such challenges and suffering, you do find another gear within yourself. And I think that is something which you should all try to do. And I believe that entrepreneurship should be a curriculum in schools and colleges. I think that we are getting into it too late as a culture. If we can get that a little earlier, I believe the youngsters of India in the next generation would be more prepared for the constantly evolving Indian startup ecosystem.